USC at Notre Dame. This was one of the longest rivalries in college football. It's one of the best and one of the most unique because it's a long rivalry in terms of distance. LA to South Bend is not a short trip. I can tell you that. I've made it myself. So with that in mind, a couple of stats here to kind of look at. First off, let's give this guy credit. He should be in the Heisman race 100%. If you don't have him on your short list, speaking of FanDuel, if you wanted to go look at one, it would not shock me if Jayden Maiava ended up being the Heisman winner and just like any award that's associated with offense. He's got a chance. 13 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. They're averaging 325.8 yards passing per game. And he's a guy that can beat you with his legs too. Now, I'm not going to make this the Jayden Maiava show, but he is legit. And to that end, here's the other part. If you have not watched Makai Lemon, holy cow, is that guy a great receiver. He's not just good. He's as good a route runner and 50-50 ball guy, including Jeremiah Smith, in all of college football. I love watching Makai Lemon. Give him props. I hope, and I don't know what Notre Dame will do, I hope they take Leonard Moore, who's arguably the best pure man coverage guy in college football, and just have him follow Makai Lemon around. Both of them are going to make plays, but that would be awesome, especially if you get some all-22 film to watch, get some people from the stands that took some video from the end zones in Notre Dame State. That could be just spectacular. That's as good a matchup as there is in college football. But here are some of the just raw numbers to discuss that I think are also interesting. Let's talk a little run game, if you will. The defenses for both these teams, they're pretty good against the run, almost identical statistically, actually. USC's rushing defense for the year, 108.5 yards per game allowed. That's 29th. Against just teams in the Power 4, 111 yards, almost identical. The only game they didn't do as well was one that was kind of surprising because they hadn't run the ball that well yet prior to that game. When they played at Illinois, they gave up 171. If Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, CJ Carr, and anybody else that runs the ball has a big game, or even just one extra big play, a 50-yarder or something, that could be the difference. And if Notre Dame runs for 170-plus yards, USC's probably in trouble. But USC's defense really did a great job, especially in the second half against Michigan last week. Maybe they've kind of climbed that mountain. They looked pretty darn good to me, and that's probably the best game defensively that I've seen USC have since Lincoln Riley's been in LA. I think it's a possibility they could give Notre Dame some trouble up front. The guy that I want you to focus on when that game's on, if you're going to watch it, Devin Tompkins. He's over 290. He's a big defensive tackle. He's had some big plays this year. If he has a good game, and Notre Dame's starting center is out for the year. He injured his left knee. I think it's an ACL. Good luck to him with his recovery, but that's a big question mark. USC's defensive tackles are a lot better this year. For Notre Dame, their rush defense, 106.2, that's 25th. And against teams that are in the Power 5, or Power 4 now, 107.4. So they've been very consistent. They also held Hollywood Smothers, the really talented running back from NC State last week, 12 carries, 46 yards, no touchdowns. And they held NC State to just 51 yards. So both these rush defenses are trending in the right place. I think it's going to be a fantastic game. Notre Dame's favored by 9 or something like that. That might be too much, and maybe it's not. That's up to you to decide. But this is a really interesting matchup. The other thing I do want to mention, I would be remiss if I didn't discuss at least CJ Carr for a moment. 313 yards per game for the Irish through the air. Carr has 13 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. He's a redshirt freshman. He's just slowly building. The last couple of weeks, he's missed a few throws here or there. But overall, he's one of the most accurate guys in college football. I would say the young man at Alabama is the most accurate. And he can throw it all over the wide. Malachi Fields. I don't think he's Jayden Maiava's favorite target. I don't think he's Makai Lemon, but he's a guy that's 6'4", 220. He could give USC some problems. They got one corner that's pretty good, and the other one's a little iffy. We'll see how that goes. And watch out for anybody on the other side because Malachi's probably going to need to get a little extra attention. They've got some guys. Faison, I think, is tremendous. He's probably got the best fit right now in that confidence with CJ Carr, but however they do it, Carr's thrown it well. And last week, Eli Raridan had over 100 yards. I think it's the first time he'd ever been over 100 for the Irish. He's a future NFL tight end, so that's a well-balanced group. And, of course, you got Love and Price in the backfield. I like Notre Dame to win. but this game could go either way. And if USC comes out and plays good run defense, I think that game could absolutely be a victory for USC. Notre Dame can't turn it over and can't squander opportunities. The last couple of weeks, the Irish have had some really weird 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts, like play calls, formations. They don't fix that, USC will win that game.